Since the release of my last video, I've had a ton of questions regarding the ZG Reputation. Why is it so good? What's the rewards? How do you get it? Etc. Well, today I'm going to cover exactly what you need to know regarding this reputation. But as usual, before we start, I just want to give a massive shout out to CEO of SAD, Pyberg and Julian for becoming members to my channel. You guys are the best and thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you didn't know, you can become a member on my channel for $1.99 a month. This is the best way to support me. I won't go too much into it, but all memberships are appreciated. Thank you. First, let's talk about the juicy and tasty rewards from this reputation, as well as tons of awesome crafting gear like the Bloodvine set, etc. The most important parts of ZG are the enchants. In case you didn't know, you can get 3 enchants in total from ZG. The first 2 and most important only require friendly reputation. These enchants are available for both the leg and the head slot. You will need to get 1 idol from inside the raid and your class Voodoo Doll. The Voodoo Doll is generally easy as this isn't BOP and you can trade it or pick it up from the auction house. The idol, however, only has a chance to drop from Hakar, Jindo or the Broodlord from inside the raid. So therefore the idols are the most sought after, and every time you get an upgrade for your head or leg throughout the whole of Classic, you'll need to get these again. So it's a good idea to get as many idols as possible and keep hold of these. When you do have the idol and Voodoo Doll, you can take it into Zanzalar the Restless, who is inside ZG on top of the temple. The other enchant is for your shoulders, which is the best enchant that you can get until Nax and requires Exalted, Reputation and 15 honor tokens. So how do you get Reputation? Well, you can get Reputation in 4 different ways. The first is by killing mobs inside of ZG. Generally, a full run of ZG gives anything from 2200 to 3000 Reputation, depending on how much trash you kill. But the beauty of this is that the trash does reset and you can do rep runs to further increase your reputation. And obviously as a mage this is great because you can solo the Croc and Tiger packs by pulling them onto the bridge and gaining tons of reputation that way. The second way is from handing in coins from inside the raid. These coins have to be handed in sets of 3 and handing in 1 set of coins gives 25 reputation as well as 1 honor token which can be used to grant another 50 reputation. So that gives us 75 reputation in total per hand in. The third way is from BJs. You can get BJs for reputation. Each BJ gives 75 reputation as well as another honor token which again can be used to grant 50 reputation, so that gives us a total of 125 reputation per BJ. The final way is through quests, which is sadly limited to only 3 and cannot be repeated. These are a collection of heads for 200 reputation, a BJ from Zanzalar for 150 reputation, and then finally the Heart of Hakar, which drops from Hakar inside the raid and can be handed in for 200 reputation and a very nice trinket, especially for casters. Before I get into the guide for showing coins and BJs, I just want to say don't feel pressured to do this at all. While the reputation is fantastic, it takes a total of 42,000 reputation to go from neutral to Exalted. And even if you rushed through ZG skipping trash, you'd still get around 2,200 reputation per run, which means you'd be Exalted after 19 runs without doing anything else. And that would take 2 months of ZG if you did it every single reset, which in the scheme of things isn't that long and saves tons of gold. But for those of you who do want to buy coins or BJs, I'll show you exactly how to do it in the best and most efficient way. And of course, if you are a member, you're already making fat stacks from my latest video, so you can afford to pay for this. Firstly, just going over some math for costs and how to work out the best method. First, you need to see how much reputation you want to achieve. So for this example, I'm just going to assume the full amount of 42,000, but obviously it's going to be different for each person. Second, you want to check the cost of one BJ on the auction house. This is generally around 5 gold, but it could change depending on your server. Now you want to add up the total cost for each set of coins. For example, here you can see Zul'Gurub is 71.64 silver, Rashari is 76.67 silver, and Hakari is 68.68 silver, making a total of 216.99 silver, or 2 gold, 16 silver, and 99 copper. Do this for all 3 sets of coins to work out the cheapest. In this example, I actually found Zul'Gurub, Rashari, and Hakari is the cheapest for a total of 2 gold, 16 silver, and 99 copper, as the Sand Fury set is 2 gold, 66 silver, and 9 copper, and the Gurubashi set is 2 gold, 38 silver, and 84 copper. Finally, you need to calculate how many coin and BJ hand-ins you need. For the coins, a set gives a total of 75 reputation, so you'll want to take the reputation you need. For this example, it's 42,000, and divide it by 75, which gives a total of 560. This is your total turn-ins. Then the same for the BJs. BJs give 125 reputation, so you'll take 42,000 and divide it by 125, giving you a total of 336 turn-ins. Now you know how many turn-ins you require for each. You can now multiply that amount by the cost price on the auction house. In this example, BJs are 5 gold each, so we would do 336 times 5 gold, which would give us a total of 1,680 gold. And the coins are 2.17 gold for a set, so we would do 560 times 2.17, giving a total of 1,225.2 gold. In this calculation, we can clearly see that handing in coins are cheaper, but it's worth to note the breakpoint. For example, if a set of coins reached over 3 gold while BJs were still 5 gold, then BJs would become cheaper. These prices are going to fluctuate and go all over the place over the next few weeks, so doing this calculation is going to maximize your efficiency and achieve the best results. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to get to the island and what to do. So the island where you get the reputation is actually located in STV. You would think it's outside ZG, but it's not. It's actually this island up here. So if you're Horde, the easiest way is to go to the Gromgol base camp and then just go up here. If you're Alliance, you could go from Booty Bay, but it's quite far to travel. So it's actually better to fly to Westfall. Now, if you are a Druid, you can of course come down here to the sea and just be in Druid form, which will get you very quickly to the island. Otherwise, if you're not a Druid, you can just come through Duskwood and then into STV that way. So as you can see, I am at the Yojemba Island. It is here in STV. I just swam across to get to here. Now, as you can see, I've got a collection of coins and BJs here. Now, obviously, the coins have to be handed in sets of 3. These are the Zul'Gurub coin, Rashari coin, and the Hakari coin, the Sand Fury coin, the Skull Splitter coin, and the Blood Scalp coin. And then you've got the Gurubashi coin, the Vile Branch coin, and the Witherbark coin. So you have to hand these in sets of 3. So you have to calculate which is the cheapest way as a set of 3 rather than just individually. Now, before you start anything, you will want to get this ZG coin auto turn in. You can see the link here right now. So it's the wago.io SVW8 UTW capital Z and 9. Get this week aura, it just makes it so much easier when doing this. So first I'll show you the BJ. Obviously the BJs are in this temple, which is quite nice because it provides some privacy. It's well covered, so you don't have to worry. So to get your BJ, you will just go through into here, up to the altar, and use the BJ. Now this will reward you with 1 Zandalar honor token. I would recommend you bind your token and your BJs so you can hand them in really quickly and then use them that way. If you're going the BJ route, that's absolutely fine. The other option is to get these coins. Like I said, they are handed in sets of 3, and with this weak aura, we can just literally click the guy and he will automatically hand all the coins in, which is really, really good. Now, one thing before handing in the coins is obviously when we actually use the honor token, you can see it triggers the global cooldown. So the fastest way to actually do this is spam this whilst handing in the coins, because then you will do it so much quicker. As you can see, if I'm spamming now, there's a delay because of the global cooldown. So what we'll want to do is just hand in the coins whilst spamming the thing here. That way we're just doing it slightly quicker. Obviously the global cooldown is still an issue. At least we're maximizing our time here. But yeah, hopefully you can see the huge difference there in compared to having to hand it in manually. Just having this weak aura is life-saving. And then again for the BJs, now these do take a bit longer, but you do receive more reputation for them. So I would say just go for the cheapest option. So again, just to show you this weak aura, SVW8UTW Z 9, the ZG Auto Turnip. And as you can see, I've got the Zandalar honor token bound to my number 1. And all I'm going to do is just speak to this guy. I've got hundreds of coins here. And whilst at the same time, I'm going to press 1. So as you can see, this is absolutely amazing and just makes the whole process so much faster. Obviously, the turn-in is still a lot faster than using the actual token, but that's because of the global cooldown. But still, a lot of people don't realize you can do it this way. So hopefully you've learned something. If you've made it this far into the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me and really helps the channel. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and have a lovely day.